Coming up, the newest recognized personality type.
Causes civil war in your body.
3 times at more risk for getting heart attacks.
It may not be out of your control.
How much can you change your personality? New science suggests your personality can have significant effects on your health, and it all comes down to knowing your personality type. Now, we found out where you fall so far for types A, B, and C. Now, Dr. Sue Varma is going to reveal the newest personality type just recognized in medicine. By the way, who creates personality types? Did the doctors sit around and figure this out?
Psychologists and medical researchers for the last few decades have been looking at this, and we're finding that not everybody falls into categories A, B, and C, and that there are certain important health implications that are not accounted for. So psychologists have come up with a new category in the last decade to account for this.
Okay, we're going to share this with you. Let's find out the new personality type and figure out if you're it. Again, we're going to use that same rating system, 1 to 5. 1 is you strongly disagree, 3 you're neutral, and 5 you strongly agree. So, if you see an acquaintance at the supermarket, are you likely to say hi first? Again, figure out where you are on that scale. Second question, I usually look forward to family events like Thanksgiving and weddings. And the final item is, if I'm stressed, I'm likely to tell my close friends. You know what, I'm going to give you an extra question to help you out. I spend the majority of my time being happy, and I usually think problems will somehow work themselves out. All right, now that's a pretty robust view of this personality type. Let's see which way the personality scale tips. If you're closer to the 1s, that means you have personality type D. Who scored mostly 1s and 2s? Let me see some hands up there. Yeah, ma'am, how are you? What's your name?
Megan.
Megan. So before Dr. Varma reveals the characteristics of a personality type D, describe yourself. How would you...
Well, Dr. Oz, I really never thought about it before, but I am very indecisive. It takes me a long time to make decisions. Like, it took me 3 hours to pick out a pair of glasses the other day. I'm anxious. I always try to find a way to get out of family events. Like, I really get nervous before I have to leave the house.
3 hours for a pair of glasses?
Yeah, and I had 2 friends with me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
They must have loved that.
No.
Did you finally buy a pair of glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Varma, describe a classic type D personality.
So similar to what Megan is describing, this indecision, there's also irritability, there's low mood, but sort of the hallmark is chronic suppression of emotions, having negative emotions, pessimistic, sort of expecting the worst for your future, and also avoiding social interaction.
Megan, does that sound like you?
Yes, it does.
So what are the health implications of a type D personality?
Type D personalities are more at risk for cardiovascular problems. So when I was saying to you that there's this other category that was not better accounted for, we were finding that there was a type of personality that was 3 times at more risk for getting heart attacks. And also that the majority of the heart attacks, anywhere from sort of 1/3 to 1/2, are accounted for by type D personality. So we really have to be careful of the chronic suppression of emotions and avoiding social interaction, because that really harbors a lot of stress in the body, and increased cortisol can lead to heart disease.
And this is critical because until type D was identified, most doctors like myself, until this show I thought this was the case, thought that type A personalities, my type, were more likely to have a heart attack or a stroke. And let me, if I can, show you why we think this is a little different now that we understand what a type D personality is.